When it came to military toys in the mid-70s, Hasbro was king with their action figure line, G.I. Joe. The rival toy company Mattel needed an army figure line to go against those Joe dollars. But they needed to be different, not just some rip-off G.I. Joe line. So Mattel sized down the figure. With figures 8 to 12 inches being the common standard figure of the time period, Mattel decided to drop it down to 3 3/4 inches. Sadly, they would mostly use the same mold over and over again, and the figures could only stand, sit, and a few others. There was, however, a gimmick. They would come with a small playset that the figure could attach to, and then using a knob on the base, the figure would make sounds like it was firing its weapon. This was a gimmick used in many toys, before and after this toy line. Mostly inside the base would be a plastic gear, where another piece of plastic would pop off of it, making the firing sound. The line would release figures that came with small bases or more bigger type playsets. There were a couple of 2-packs. There was a 2-man anti-tank team, a 2-pack field artillery set, and a 2-pack missile artillery set. The single figures were Cleanup Man, Flamethrower, Infantry Man, Medic, Point Man, Sharpshooter, Sniper, Rifleman, Ranger, Marksman, Grenade Thrower, and Bazooka Man. A Rescue Car playset was released that came with 4 figures, a helicopter, and a Jeep. There was also an underwater set released that came with a submarine, divers, and sharks. And another helicopter was released called Defense Chopper. The line wasn't all military. They also released a line of SWAT figures on a single card or in a box set, and a SWAT van and helicopter. The line lasted for a few years, but it was never the big hit that Mattel hoped for. One thing that didn't help the line was a lot of the figures, like I said, used the same mold. So it was like buying the same figure again and again with a different pose. Today the figures can be found pretty easy on the secondary market, and even under the box can be bought for under $50. It was a fun looking line with a nice little gimmick, but it just didn't have very long play value. But that's a look at the forgotten toy line from Mattel, Heroes in Action.